we want them to address, what is this right here? Address the plugin. They have to address the plugin. Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dr. PGNGM. Praise God to get money back for another YouTube video banger. Today, we're here to talk about what Tekken 8 needs in order for us to play it. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to play, in order for me to play it, you to play it. I was talking to my chat, the most wonderful chat on Twitch. Man, you should come join us, come kick it with us at Dr. PGNGM on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? And they gave me a lot of good feedback. And so I want to share the information with y'all, what we gathered, man. First and foremost, we're gonna jump right into it, man. Top 5 things that Tekken 8 needs. It needs to have it. It needs to have it in order for it to be a good game. It won't be a good game without it. So let's start off with the first one, man. We want them to address, what is this right here? Address the plugin. They have to address the plugin. It is mandatory. It is mandated. It is necessary. They cannot go another game, another installment of Tekken without addressing these plugin and the pluggers, because it's too prevalent of an issue. You know what I'm saying? I think it's not even that difficult to implement some type of procedure that will mitigate the amount of plugin. You know what I'm saying? It won't stop it, of course. Nothing will stop it, but you can definitely decrease the frequency in which it happens. You know, so people, I think a simple thing is to just make people lose points. Make people lose points every single time they plug. And also, in addition to losing points, that's one way to reprimand them. Also, make them sit out of the queue after plugging for a certain amount of times. What I mean by that is that let them get timed out for 20 minutes. They can't even push and enter in another game for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? For at least 20 minutes. I say maybe 30 minutes, but we just first somebody said 10 minutes, then I said 30 minutes. So we go settle halfway in between and go with 20 minutes, man. Sit out the queue for 20 minutes. You're locked out. You're timed out until you learn better. Stop cheating. Stop being a little punk ass, you know, B word. You know what you are. You know what you are. Y'all be plugging and stuff like that. Stop that. That's all you got to do, man. Stop that, you know. And then in addition to that, somebody who plugs habitually, make the habitual pluggers fight one another. Put them in their own separate lobby. So every time they queue up, they got to fight somebody else that plugs. They just be plugging on each other. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let them plug on each other instead of doing that to people who play the game the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's all you have to do. I feel like that'll address that'll address that issue and persuade people to just play the game fairly. You know, and it's not, like I said, it's not hard to implement. Other games do things like this, like 2K. You know, I know it's a basketball game, but they do things like this. I think even Street Fighter 6, which we'll get into later, I think they implemented some type of procedure or methodology to deal with people that like try to cheat the game. So, you know, because I know like in Tekken 7, when people plug on you, not only does it give you a long loading screen to look at, then sometimes when you turn your game off and come back after somebody plugged in you, they'll say that they gave you a penalty and they'll increase your disconnection rate.
Bang bang, nigga.
Who did that? Trap Trap, give Trap Trap a 600 for interrupting my speech. But yeah, yeah. So that's crazy, man. So just give them. He just threw me off with that sound alert. But yeah, give them a timeout. Make them sit out 20 minutes. And yeah, that's a simple way to address plugging, man. That's the first issue that we could deal with for Tekken 8. That's one of the things that they have to address. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's easy to do that. And one thing that I already touched on, what we also want them to do is, like this shows right here, put them on demotion. Not only just make them lose points, make them lose double the points. So if I plug on you, instead of losing 1,200 for losing, I gotta lose 2,400 now because you plug. Simple as that. Especially if they do. I'm talking about the people who plug mid-match because they're losing. If something happens, I don't care if it's the weather cuts off your internet, your grandma trips and falls and kicks out the Ethernet cord, or your dog or your cat steps on the power or the surge protector that everything's plugged up to, hits the switch and your power went out, or you went there and intentionally unplugged your Wi-Fi or your router. It's all the same thing. It's not my fault because I'm beating your behind and you leave mid-match. I should get points. I should get my regular points, and you should lose twice as much points. And when you come back, you should no matter what rank you're at, you should automatically be on demotion in your next match. I'm telling you, if they implement these little procedures, they implement these little things, this will definitely mitigate the amount of plugging, man. Definitely mitigate the amount of plugging. And yeah, I just think that that'd be fair to the people that are doing it the right way. So far, we want them to address plugging and by making people lose points, and possibly if you do it habitually, you get timed out for 20 minutes out the queue. Then number 2, we also want people to who plug min-match to lose double their points and come back and automatically be on demotion. I think that's perfectly fair. You know what I'm saying? I think that's perfectly fair. We got to hit them hard. We got to hit these cheaters hard. Now, next, we got this idea for Street Fighter 6, man. So shout out to Street Fighter 6. In ranked matches, make it a 1-to-2 setting. The reason why you need to make it be a 1-to-2 setting is because that'll stop people from farming certain people, you know, and it'll also keep the game fresh. I think it'll keep the game fresh, and so you don't even feel like some type of way for not fighting the same person over and over again. It's just mandatory, a 1-to-2, or maybe you could leave after 1, but you shouldn't have to go any more than a 1-to-2 in one given setting, you know, in one given sitting. Sorry. So yeah, it helps. It also, like I say, it helps to prevent people from farming. Like, let's say their friends, you know, people, they find all types of ways to manipulate the system. And not saying that this is going to eliminate people from cheating or trying to, you know, trying to find a little slick way to get over, but at least this will make it a little more difficult, you know. So shout out to Street Fighter 6. I think it's been working out very well. Those who've been paying attention to Street Fighter 6. The 1-to-2 have been going very well in rank. You know, you fight 2 times, or sorry, you fight the 1-to-2, so the most 3 times, and then you keep it moving on to the next person. If you run into them again, so be it. But I think in one sitting it should be a 1-to-2, and we should definitely Tekken should definitely emulate what Street Fighter 6 has done, because I think it's been working out very well. My boy Jermanji says 1-to-2 seems quite reasonable. I agree. He said I didn't even know Street Fighter 6 did that. I just thought it was a good idea. Facts. No, Street Fighter has implemented that in their latest installment of the game. It's been working out very well for them in rank. So I think that's good. So far, let's do a little recap. We want them to address plugging by making people sit out. You got to sit out the queue for 20 minutes and you lose points. And then we also want them to address plugging by making you come back and you're automatically on the demotion match. And if you plug on somebody mid-match, then you also lose double your points. If you plug on somebody at the loading screen because their connection is bad and you already had experience with them, that's different. But if you plug mid-match because you're losing, then you got to lose double the points and come back on demotion automatically. And then number 3, we want you to have the 1-to-2 rank system setting, just like Street Fighter 6. I think it's been working out very well for them. I think that would be dope, man. That's just my opinion. That's just our opinion. We talked about this for all week during the stream, man. Come check it out. Next, this is the biggest thing. You see Harada right here. Fix the overall netcode. They have to address it. Yes, the CNT, which is the closed network test. Some people had good experiences with it. Some people had bad. Some people say that it was better. Some people say it was about the same. I personally don't. I believe with such a short window and such a small sample size, it's hard to really determine if the netcode is actually going to be improved. I hope it will be. But like, you know, they gave a certain amount of people access to the closed network beta test. So with that being said, is like they gave a quantity that they can handle on the server. So let's imagine when everybody buys Tekken, it's gonna be flooded with people. So I'm not convinced that even if it was good in the CNT, I'm not convinced that it's gonna necessarily be good in the next one. Now, granted, it's gonna be the next generation, so it's gonna be on Tekken. It's gonna be on Tekken 8. Is gonna be on PlayStation 5. So I think that'll also help the netcode and stuff like that. But I feel like this is just me personally. I don't play any other fighting games. This is my first Tekken. I've only been playing for 2 years. This is my first fighting game, so I don't know how Tekken ranks as far as other fighting games in the netcode. But for me personally, out of all the games I played, Call of Duty, Street Fighter, Black Desert Online, Neo, every single game I played, Tekken is by far the worst online experience that I've ever had in a video game. Like I said, I can't compare it to Dragon Ball FighterZ or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or whatever, because I never played those games. It's my first fighting game, but this is the worst experience I had online in a video game for me personally. So this is the only game also that I play, and I feel like, I know the worse your connection is, the better the chance you have at winning. So like, if your connection to Tekken is the only game that I played that where if your connection is bad, you have the advantage to win. Like that's crazy. Like, it shouldn't be like that. Now, you know, Harada said that he addressed this with rollback and all this other stuff. That sounds good, and we believe him. But you gotta do more. You gotta do more. You gotta do better, especially if they're gonna implement crossplay, which is gonna be gameplay across platforms with PC and Xbox and PlayStation. The netcode has to be superb in order for us to have a joyful experience. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that they really need to improve and step their game up when it comes to the netcode, because people should be The game's already difficult. We shouldn't be suffering when it comes to playing online, just because we want to play with the homies that don't live in close proximity to us. So they really need to step up with that, man. So those are that's the number 4, right? That's number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 things. The fifth thing that Tekken 8 really needs for us to play it, they need to improve the extra game modes. You know what I'm saying? They need to improve the extra game modes. Here's a picture right here. I never played this, but you know they got the big stunner right there. My character, big Julia Chang out there on the Tekken Force. Bring back additional game modes like Tekken Force. You know, that'll improve the offline content, and you can improve the offline content with the story mode and all that. But I think bringing back extra game modes, like they had bowling in this one, which I never played. Oh, who the heck wants to bowl with Kazuya? I don't know who wants to do that, but it's not my team. So, but if you bring back Tekken Force, I went back and did my research, and to me, it kind of gives me like Streets of Rage vibes, and what's that, Fighting Force vibe. So I think that'd be cool for those that want to take a little break. You know, when you take a break from Tekken, what do you normally do? I know what I do. When I take a break from Tekken and I don't want to play rank, I just go and I play Call of Duty, or I go play Neo or Kart Riders or some other game. But if they have another game mode like Tekken Force, then I could go call up my homie DZ and be like, DZ, who in the chat right now, hey man, let's hop on this Tekken Force. Make it interactive. Make it at least 2 players. I would personally say make it 4, but you know that'd be a little greedy. I ain't gonna be greedy, you know what I'm saying? The needy can't be greedy. So I'm gonna say give us at least 2 people. I could hit up my boy DZ. Hey man, let's get on this Tekken Force. You come out here with your funky foot ass wall ring. I'm gonna go pick up Julia, and we gonna go whoop these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Have a little fun, lighthearted ass kicking, if you will, you know, and Tekken, and we'll still be on the game, and they'll still be getting their stuff, you know. And I feel like I also, in addition to that, I played the story mode. Yeah, DZ said Tekken Force would be amazing. Yeah, I agree. So then like that'd be like a Tekken 8 co-op, you know, because in fighting games, I feel like fighting games in general, not just Tekken, but in general, fighting games lack the camaraderie, because you know, it's always fighting each other. Of course, you could train together and get better that way and stuff like that, but you're still, one person's imposing their dominance on the other person. But if they have some type of co-op aspect, then that'll make people more prone to play it for a longer period of time, in my opinion. So yeah, they can even add things like team battles, you know, yeah, and even just think about, you know, just get creative. I know, like in the trailer, they had the little Mii's. They're like little wee me's with the little characters and stuff. I'm sure that they're gonna have us do some type of thing where we can interact with one another on that. But yeah, do like some mini games in there. You know, just like little lighthearted stuff. And I think that'll definitely improve the offline experience. And even if you keep it online, you know, just give you some additional things to do, man. And then with the story mode, I feel like the story mode in Tekken 7 was very lackluster. It seems like even kind of rushed. You know, make the story mode a little bit more engaging, a little bit more interesting. And yeah, I think that'll definitely drive up the purchases, and not even the purchases of Tekken 8, because I think people are going to buy it because the game's been out. Tekken 7 has been out for what, almost a decade, like 8 years. So people are already anticipating Tekken 8 heavily. So a lot of people are going to purchase it. But what about the longevity of it? You know what I'm saying? The playability, the replayability of it. So I think like the additional game modes like a Tekken Force, even incorporate team battles in there, make the story more engaging. I think all that will add replay value and add to the longevity of the game. So I think that'd be very important and very dope, you know. Now one thing we talked about the top 5 things that they should do, you know. So they should have they should address the plugging by making people lose points who plug and have them sit out the queue for a certain amount of time. They should deduct points for people who plug min-max, so double their points, and award the person that they plugged on their original points. You know, they should implement the first of 2 settings similar to a similar fashion to what Street Fighter did. You know, they should improve the overall netcode. That's 4. And then big number 5, they need to improve the game modes, whether that's adding additional game modes and like Tekken Force, or making the story mode more engaging. You know, add more depth to it, put more characters in there. You know, and yeah, I think that'll definitely improve Tekken 8, you know, exponentially, man. You know, and that'll improve the engagement. One thing I will say that we already touched on, that was already aforementioned, is the cross-platform. Big salute to Tekken for finally implementing and catching up with the times. The cross-platform, like Call of Duty's been doing for years, Fortnite's been doing, you know, so you can play on the PC, you can play on the PlayStation, you can play on the Xbox, whatever platform you're on. And I'm happy because them PC, you know who you are. Y'all been talking. I can't wait to put my hands and feet on some of y'all. I'm gonna put the beats on some of y'all, because some of y'all be talking and looking down on the console players. Oh yeah, we ready for the smoke. I'm coming with it. You know, I'm talking about bow and arrow all day on your thing. You know what I'm talking about? So I can't wait for the cross-platform. I'm just praying and hoping and wishing that is done well and executed well, because I don't want any deterrent, you know what I'm saying? Because if the netcode isn't well and isn't suitable for me to play somebody on PC, then people aren't going to do it. And it's going to be just like having it on one basic platform, you know. So I'm going to just fight the people on PlayStation. Why would I fight somebody on PC or Xbox if I have to sacrifice the connectivity? We're not going to do that, man. So, oh, I'm looking for you, Jumanji. I'm looking for you, my brother. I'm looking for you on that P. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, man, that's it, man. Just a short, sweet video. Those are the top 5 things that I think Tekken 8 needs to implement in order for it to be a long-lasting game. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know anything that I missed. Let me know what your thoughts, and if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying and what my chat is saying. And yeah, if you want to join us on Twitch, come rock with us, man. Dr. PGNGM. I appreciate y'all rocking with me as always. And you know I gotta leave you with one more thing. One more thing that they need to do. The best thing is an honorable mention. They need to include Julia Chang on the base roster. You know what I'm saying? And we out. Peace.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Enjoy what you just saw? Click on this playlist for more of my online matches and battles against the hardest CPU. Follow my other socials as well. Don't forget to like the video.